Hello. Today we're going to have a quick look at SugarCRM User Interface Overview. Generally, when people log into CRM systems, one of the first things they expect to see is a dashboard, and that's where we've landed today. So as an end user looking at it from a sales perspective or business development, we've got some little quadrants here, the things that give us some tips and tricks of what we need to be doing for the day. So we're looking at current contacts. We're looking at pipeline, things that we're working on from a sales perspective and other revenue line items. Across the top, you've got your basic navigation where you can get to all the attributes within the system, accounts and contacts. So the organizations you're talking to, the people who work there, and opportunities, the potential sales that you're working on making. Leads are those pre-qualified things that you haven't talked to anybody yet, but you'd like to figure out if you can do business with them. And the other areas like calendar, reports, quotes, documents. We're going to get there. So what I want to do is go ahead and dive into accounts and look at how things operate within the system. So we're going to go ahead and log back in briefly. And when we get into accounts, we get to a list view. So how do we want to consume and see our data? You see a couple of them we've got marked as favorites. And we can look at this in a list view, and we can figure out the different things going on here with the vertical columns. If we want a bit of a preview of a given account before we dive in, by clicking the little eyeball, we can get a look-see and see what that account is about. We can see related information, and as we navigate down the list, we can modify or navigate across. Once we dive into a given account, then you'll notice the screen shifts, and now we've got the navigation buttons. We can still navigate up and down the list view while remaining in what's called the detail view. So we've got information about an account. We've got different attributes up and down below. And as we navigate down through the systems, we see the screens respond as we navigate. So here's Superstar Holdings Company. And we can see meetings that we've got and calls we've had or held or have scheduled. We've got various different things like tasks and member organizations. Who do we know that they know? And email integration, as well as all the contacts. Responsive down the side here are various different sidebar attributes. We can determine what we want to see in this sidebar. And in this case, we've got an account record dashboard. We're looking at some metrics of active opportunities, potential revenue, people we've recently planned activities or recently held activities with. Also in the sidebar, we've got a tool called Hint. If we are able to use the public internet for searching various different things like organizational views and or also contact details, Hint will surface data about that organization so that we can find information about them, news articles, history, activity, and so forth. But nonetheless, what we want to do is dive into an individual record and see what that information record looks like. Now we're looking at David, who works at that Superstar Holdings company. We can show more data or collapse that down if we don't want to see it. And we can get to the particular instances of interactions that we've had with this individual, either pending or held, ones that are scheduled in the future. And if you notice, we still have Hint on the sidebar, who's now looking at information about David as an individual. So we can look up and down these various different attributes of the systems, documents we're storing, campaigns if they're part of marketing campaigns, and email if we've communicated with that person via email. We can save and store all communications or any communication that we send to an individual. As we navigate across these views across the top, we can now look at opportunities, and you see a little preview dashboard. We can filter down to a particular state and time, and the list will react in kind if we choose it to. Or we can dive into a particular opportunity, and then now again we're looking at a revenue placeholder. What is it that we're looking at? How much revenue is likely to come from it? What meetings and phone calls do we have, and are we looking to put products into the list view of things that we're quoting them? And do we have revenue line items, products we're quoting that help us adjust what price levels are associated to the opportunity or the project in question? Leads are what you think they are. They're leads. They're people who we've not yet done business with, and they are one-dimensional. And what I mean by that is it's a business card. It's a first name, last name, and contact information. Until we talk to a lead and determine they're in fact worth our time and actually demonstrating the interest in buying something, we leave them in the lead status. And once we decide that they have graduated, then we can click this button here and we can graduate that contact to become that name to become a contact, their company to become an account. And are we creating an opportunity on the fly? In this instance, we have found a matching record, Waverly Trading House, which means Brenda Rice is a new contact at an existing organization that we're already working with. So we're going to be consuming her record into the existing account record. And if we want to build an opportunity on the fly, we can click Create Opportunity and build one as part of the convert process. And then that record, that person, will be added to the existing account, and the new opportunity would be created also. So all of this falls back into the common tenets of CRM: accounts, contacts, opportunities, and leads, and the center point of all of this being the calendar. The strategy here within CRM, the proper way to do it, in my opinion, is schedule phone calls, meetings, and to-dos against your opportunities, your phone calls, your accounts. And then this calendar that you can see and use inside of CRM is visible and shows you all of those instances and things that are scheduled here against those various attributes within CRM. And of course, this can sync to other popular email profile tools such as Outlook and Gmail, and that way we can move those things into a place that's more accessible or centrally visible to other users within the system. And then at the end of the day, we can navigate back to our dashboard and kind of start from the top of the funnel again. So that's a quick overview on what SugarCRM looks like and how it navigates. Thanks so much.